And into this interconference game. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. With that road trip behind them, the Suns ready to perform in front of their hometown fans here in Phoenix. Winning their last 3 games. They'd like to make that 4 in a row here tonight.
And right now for Phoenix, they have performed above and beyond expectations thus far. As good as they've been, is it fair to wonder just how long they can keep this up?
Of course it is. I mean, I'll tell you this. They may have snuck up on some of their opponents here in the early season, but they're not sneaking up on anybody anymore. Teams will be ready for them.
They got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for Orlando, Gordon and Vucevic together in the post. Oladipo and Harris are the wings, and it's Payton in at the point guard. Shot clock at 5. Knight. Orlando grabs the miss, fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
Now Chandler, following the three-point attempt by Aaron Gordon. A nice shot by Knight.
And Scott Skiles has been around the league as a coach for a while now, coming home to where he played most of his career here in Orlando. And at times, he can be a demanding coach.
Now here's Payton. Takes it off the glass. Payton's got his second basket of the night.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
So for Phoenix, their last game, a win against the Bulls in Chicago.
And what got them that win was the remarkable success they had from the floor. I mean, just a tremendous shooting performance all the way around.
Hey, you can't expect that kind of shooting to happen all the time on a nightly basis, but when it does, boy, does it feel good and look good.
For Phoenix, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Bledsoe against Payton, a 3-ball. Tucker can't get it to go. Orlando trailing here. Payton outside, passes it to Vucevic. He dishes it to Oladipo. The drive by Vucevic. The shot will not go. And Phoenix the other way now. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
And just couldn't make the most of their meetings last year. Ended up splitting the season series.
Yeah, you know, most teams have games where they wish they could get a mulligan or take it back. Well, last year, their one loss in this series was one I know they wanted back.
Now, here's Oladipo after Markieff Morris's miss.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Chandler with a screen for Bledsoe. Outside Knight. Here's Tucker. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. Tucker's got his first 3 points of the game.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Payton kicks to Vucevic. Pass to Oladipo. Vucevic dishes to Oladipo. Back to Vucevic. The 11-footer. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Vucevic has got his first 2 points of the night. Here is Bledsoe. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. And he dunks it down.
Yeah, that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
And Orlando has possession. Following the score by Phoenix. Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession. Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Scott Skiles. And Doris, what did he have to say?
He told me that they'll have their work cut out for them looking to score inside with the elite shot blocker and defender Tyson Chandler patrolling the paint. He said he was the Defensive Player of the Year for a reason. He's got length, mobility, toughness, and the want to. He brings effort and communication defensively, and you can't forget about him at the other end either. An improved shooter, and he can definitely finish. Kevin, a ton of respect for what Chandler brings to the table.
Thank you, Doris. Now, here's Tucker. Victor Oladipo unable to get his last shot to go. Harris against Morris. The baseline J. No good. Some solid defense from Harris. Big step last year for Vucevic's offense, Clark. Unstoppable at times, both on the blocks and facing up.
Vucevic is a real outstanding future all-star front court. Rebounds at a high rate in traffic and out of his area. Finishes, faces up. This kid has a lot of upside. I really like his game.
Morris with the bucket.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Payton outside. He feeds it to Oladipo. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. And it's 7 points for Victor Oladipo.
And talking about Vucevic's development last season, he's also had the highest assist average of his career. He's a good decision maker on the floor, knows when to take it himself, and knows when to kick it to cutters and spot up shooters.
You know, and getting back to Vucevic, I mean, he's at an age where he may only get better. Averaged nearly 20 points a game last year after averaging only 14 the year before. That was an incredible leap in production, and I think it's one that'll continue.
For Orlando, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Payton passes to Vucevic. Nice D from Chandler.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Bledsoe for 3. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Harris. Once again off the mark, Orlando. The Suns leading. Bledsoe outside. Outside Knight. Shoots the 3. Does not find the basket. His 2nd miss. He's now 1 for 3. Payton left side. And Vucevic kicks to Payton. A wide open look here for Oladipo. And he's good on the 3 ball.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive. The pass to Tucker. Bledsoe outside. Chandler is screen. Clock at 6. Out tonight. Lets it go from deep. Again, the miss by Knight. Orlando's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Payton against Bledsoe. Puts it up from 12. And that one comes up a bit short. The Suns trailing. They double-team Bledsoe. Knight on the wing. There's the 3. Rebound by the Magic. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds in this game.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Tucker with the ball. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And it's Bledsoe off the drive.
One thing about Eric Bledsoe, he made it clear he wanted to be paid like an upper-tier player. And that led to quite a negotiation between he and the Suns last year. Ultimately, the 2 sides agreed to a 5-year, $70 million deal.
T.J. Warren, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Vucevic. Fry comes in for Aaron Gordon. Fournier's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And it's Watson in for Payton. There's the dish to Fournier. Feeds it to Watson. Pass to Harris. He kicks it to Fry. The Magic need to get a shot off here. A 3 ball. Watson's shot is off. And here's Bledsoe. He has 7. Kicks to Chandler. Bledsoe outside. 6 on the shot clock. It's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. A platoon swap here for Phoenix. Two on the clock. The shot by Clarkson, no good. The Magic have gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Watson dishes to Harris. Here's the teardrop. Booker pulls it in.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Len passes to Covington. Len, a screen. Covington kicks to Len. Here's Clarkson. Nailed from three-point land. Clarkson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And Fry kicks to Harris. There's a screen. Dishes to Watson. Len with the block. Now here's Booker. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Covington misses from close range.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
The feed to Fry. Tries to snap the cold streak. It's good, and Watson picking up the assist.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Now, here's Clarkson. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. Here's Booker, and they come right back with their own three-pointer. Booker's got himself on the board with 3 there. The Magic trail by 3. Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And one thing that Phoenix had for them last season was depth. A very good bench, and they provided a good scoring punch when called upon.
Well, Phoenix did have a strong bench, best scoring bench in the NBA in terms, Clark, of points per minute play.
Yeah, and you know, it really helped them, that bench strength, keep the pace of the game up. They were 3rd in the league in fast break points last year.
The Magic making a switch here. Napier's checked in. And 101 left here in the opening quarter.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Now Clarkson. Len, a screen. Passes it to Booker. Fires the 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now, here's Watson. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Denver. Here's Fournier. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Here's Clarkson, takes a three. Fournier pulls it down. He dishes it to Watson. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Both free throws good from Watson.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Suns lead by 2. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
And now, your Suns dancers.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
Bledsoe and Knight of the backcourt. Tucker and Morris holding the forward spots. And it's Chandler in at the 5. So that's the Suns' 5 as we get into the second quarter. And Phoenix has possession. Bledsoe with it. Outside Knight. Just 5 on the clock. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Tell you what, guys, it was a bit of a mixed bag for Eric Bledsoe last season. Average career highs in rebounds and assists. Those were the good parts. But for some reason, the field goal and three-point percentages dropped 30-plus points.
Oladipo, he's checked in for the Magic. And talking about Eric Bledsoe, he took on a lot more responsibility last season, Greg, especially after the trades in Phoenix. He became the main focal point of their offense.
And you know what? It was his first year of kind of being the man. Signed the big contract coming into the season. And now there's a responsibility that goes with being the go-to guy. Eric has the talent to shine, though, in that role.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. And the shot is good. Bledsoe's got 11 points.
I really hope he doesn't try that move again. It worked at one time, but he's not the guy to be working the crossover.
Screen by Smith. With the teardrop, and Chandler sends it back. Right wing. The shot by Bledsoe. Nobody around. Hits it from three-point range. Now it's a 5-point Phoenix lead. Orlando's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Napier passes to Fournier. He feeds it to Oladipo. Here's Napier, guarded by Bledsoe. Fournier for 3 in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Morris a screen to the middle. Out to Chandler. Pass to Bledsoe. From outside the arc. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. There's the screen. Fournier dishes to Smith. Fournier's shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Morris with the screen for Bledsoe. That's tipped. Outside Knight. Back to Bledsoe. Out to Morris. Launches a 3. Orlando grabs the miss. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Yep, it goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Napier.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Now, here is Morris. 11 points for him in that last game against Chicago.
And don't forget about his work on the glass. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways. And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Warren's checked in for Phoenix. Orlando also making some changes. Vucevic comes in for Aaron Gordon, and it's Elfrid Payton. In for Napier. One problem the Magic faced last season was depth. They really weren't a deep team, and it hurt them along the way.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, they had the second fewest bench points in the league, and that number was really low because they didn't use the bench that often. Starters did a lot of the heavy lifting.
And for the Magic, they would try and address the bench for this season, both through the draft and free agency.
Harris is checked in for Evan Fournier.
And guys, the Magic didn't luck out and jump into the top 3 in the draft. Still ended up with a high pick, and that'll help add another nice piece to their puzzle. They've accumulated a lot of good pieces, but now they need to start making it work. Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
And Bledsoe with the stuff.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friend.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Got freed up. Nice work off the pick. Vucevic has got the game tied up here for the Magic.
They're on fire from mid-range, guys. They found the weakness in the defense, and they're exploiting it to a T.
And it's not often you see a team as efficient from that short 17, as I like to call it, but it's really worked well for them today.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
What a year for the Suns in terms of transactions. Started the season with Dragic and Thomas on the roster and moved them both, Clark, at the deadline.
And, you know, most folks saw the Dragic trade coming after his disagreements with the team. The Thomas trade was a bit of a surprise, though.
Phoenix has gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. Bledsoe. Well, it was a slow start to his rookie year for Payton, but it came along very strong.
Yeah, it looked really good for the Magic down the stretch. Even recorded his first triple-double. I think there will be more of those in his career.
Bledsoe hits them both.
Tremendous output from Bledsoe. 18 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
The drive by Smith. Goes up with it. The shot, no good. The Suns go the other way with it.
And guys, for Payton, so many were talking him up as the best point guard of the class early. But it's never easy to adjust to the NBA speed, and it just took him a little bit of time.
Warren with the ball. Now guarded by Vucevic. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Knight for 3, and he gets it to go. Knight's got his second bucket tonight. The Magic trail by 5.
And guys, I think the next big step for Elfrid Payton is going to be getting his shot right. I mean, he has the tools to be an impact guard, but it's hard to create when you can't keep teams honest from deep.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. And Victor Oladipo with the elite athleticism and versatility to be a perennial all-star. We've seen the second-year phenom line up as a 1. He's played off guard. He's even played a little small forward in his time in the league.
And he has that quickness, length, and power combo to be a lockdown defender at all of those positions as well. So that's why he was the co-defensive player of the year coming out of college.
A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Alex Len's checked in for Chandler. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Morris. Robert Covington's checked in for T.J. Warren. And it's Clarkson in for Eric Bledsoe.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that. You know, back to Oladipo, he has a tremendously quick first step. Finished second in the slam dunk contest to Zach LaVine. Some dunks he's had in regular season play, downright nasty.
Knight kicks to Covington. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. And now a 7-point Suns lead.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
They set the pick. On the way, Harris. Screen by Smith. Harris passes to Smith. 5 on the clock. A wide open look here for Vucevic. Great look, but off the mark.
And talking about Oladipo's explosiveness, we're starting to see it in his overall scoring as well. Had his first back-to-back 30-point games this year against Chicago and Houston. If he keeps improving at this rate, could be an all-NBA first-teamer before he's through.
Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Oladipo. Here's Harris. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Harris has got 4 points in the quarter. Suns leading by 5. And here's Clarkson. Glenn, a screen. They set the screen. From deep. Teletovic misses. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And the Magic struggled last season, still waiting on one of their young stars to just take that next step.
Toward the end of the year, the Magic saw leaps from Oladipo and from Elfrid Payton.
Yeah, I like those 2 young guys, Kevin, but it's hard to compete in the NBA without a top 20 scorer.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Fry comes in for Jason Smith. And it's Watson in for Oladipo. Now, here is Knight. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Bulls in Chicago.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
The Magic trail by 4. Watson kicks to Harris. Here's Vucevic. Len grabs the board.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Covington with the bucket.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Watson kicks to Harris. Now the pass to Vucevic. Baseline J on the way. Good. And Harris gets the assist. 6 points for Vucevic.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
Knight kicks to Clarkson. It's stolen by Vucevic. And now Orlando on the break. And the foul called on Brandon Knight. That'll be his second foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was 1 step late that time, Greg.
And the Suns making a change here. Booker's checked in. And a switcher also for Orlando. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Vucevic. Now here's Payton. 7 points in the game. Feeds to Watson. Clock at 6. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Shows nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending him.
Here's Clarkson after the Magic pick up 2. Covington in the corner. No one near him. And he hits the jump shot. Covington's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And guys, when you go to look for holes in the game of Tobias Harris, there really aren't any. One of the hardest workers in our league. If he has any weakness at all, it's his average size speed combo, which most likely will keep him from becoming the perennial all-star type.
And Orlando making a change here. Fournier is checked in, and the Suns call time here. On the topic of Tobias Harris, you love that he can contribute in every category of play. He's a solid face-up shooter. Clark, who's getting better with his back to the basket. You can see movement forward all the time.
I love what this young man has shown thus far. You mentioned those things he does. He'll also rebound for you, get loose balls. He does the little things, understands what it takes to win. The consummate pro and team player.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Len. Markieff Morris comes in for Mirza Teletovic. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Robert Covington. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Jordan Clarkson.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for the Magic. The Magic trail by 5. Now, here's Watson. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Now, here's Fry, covered by Morris. 5 to shoot. Here's Dedmon, banked in off the glass. Dedmon's got his first bucket of the night.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Bledsoe outside. 1:12 left to play in the first half. Chandler is screen. Bledsoe kicks to Chandler. Here's Tucker. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Boy, what a significant turnaround here in the second quarter after only making 40% from the field in the first.
Outside Gordon. Now the dish to Fry. Watson for 3. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Now Bledsoe, 18 points for him. Pass to Morris. This one for 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. And Fournier kicks to Dedmon. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
You know, even though they're behind, I love the job they've been doing getting to the free throw line.
We always like it when you're aggressive and not settle.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And so he hits both. 20 seconds left in the first half of the game. Bledsoe dishes to Booker. Back to Bledsoe. To the left wing. Three-pointer. Can't get it to go. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Suns ahead, up by 1. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Nick, a competitive battle out here for you tonight. What's been the mind?
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. Eric Bledsoe is having one of those nights. He had 18 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
Well, the three-point shooting was the key thus far.
When you're knocking down those shots from the perimeter, it really spreads the floor. You demand respect from the defense. We'll see if they can keep it flowing in the second half.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
Well, it was a huge first half for their bench, a.k.a. the others, played pretty good. When you get a boost like this, it always gives the team a lift. And given how well the others are contributing, we'll probably continue to see more minutes for them in the second half. Starters or not, when players are producing, you got to ride them, cowboy.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. You know, Eric Bledsoe has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, anytime you can get to the free throw line with that kind of consistency, that just makes every other facet of the game easy.
And, you know, they have to rotate the defensive assignment on him from now on just to avoid foul trouble on any one particular player, given how good he is at drawing fouls and how many fouls he's been drawing.
Here's who Scott Skiles is starting the second half with. Harris and Gordon, the athletic forward pair. Payton and Oladipo, the explosive backcourt pair. And it's Vucevic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here is Bledsoe. After the made shot from Nikola Vucevic, Bledsoe kicks to Morris. Back to Bledsoe, 6 to shoot. Payton outside. Teardrop shot, and it's Phoenix with the rebound. Morris has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And Orlando's offense could struggle at times, and there were some low points last season. The big one happening when the Knicks set a record for the fewest points in an NBA quarter.
Now here is Harris after the miss from Tyson Chandler. And they take the lead. 8 points for Tobias Harris. Neither side has relented a bit in this back-and-forth affair.
Well, 8 lead changes, Kevin, so far as the teams are battling it out here in the third.
And you can sense the energy in the building already as this game is starting to build towards having a terrific finish.
A nice shot by Tucker. Orlando's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Oladipo, the pass to Payton. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Rebounded by Tucker.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Bledsoe for 3. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got his 4th rebound in this one. Bledsoe against Payton. He kicks it to Vucevic. On the wing, Harris. 8 points for him. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shots. And for Tobias Harris, a resurgence of sorts last season, Clark, especially from behind the arc, where he shot a career high, 36%.
You know, he'd only hit 25% from 3 the year before, Kevin. So, yeah, a monster improvement in accuracy from long range.
The Suns making a switch here. Knight's checked in.
And getting back to Harris, there's just so much to like about his game. He lives in the gym, has a tremendous feel for the game, and he knows how to maximize his production within those athletic limitations.
The Magic have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Kicks it to Payton, and Oladipo has it in the corner. Vucevic a screen on Knight. Knight against Oladipo. The Magic again can't hit.
You know, the thing about Harris is he's a combo forward, extremely versatile. At 6'8", he struggles with size against the better power forward, and he lacks the athleticism of the better small forward. So to get the most out of him, you have to put him in the right matchups.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Shot clock at 5. And the wide open shot from Morris. Again, the miss by Morris.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
Here's Bledsoe. He's got 18. To the paint. Here's Knight. Vucevic with the block. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Oladipo's running. Stolen by Bledsoe. Payton against Knight. And here's Morris for three. Again, the miss by Morris.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with him. It's a tough day so far.
Payton with the ball. Now guarded by Bledsoe. Picked by Vucevic. Launches a three. And there's Oladipo on the assist by Gordon. And that's 15 points for Victor Oladipo. And the Suns call time here.
And as good as Vucevic is on offense, guys, he's doing everything he can to catch up on his defense. Huge size and wingspan works to his advantage, although the subpar athleticism hinders him a bit. But, for example, he's averaged less than 1 block per game for his career, mostly because even though he's a 7-footer, he plays well below the rim.
And the Suns here with a different look. Alex Len's checked in for Chandler. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Markieff Morris. Robert Covington's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Clarkson in for Knight. Smith checked in for the Magic. Shabazz Napier comes in for Elfrid Payton. Now here's Bledsoe. 18 points for him. Phoenix looked to be on the verge of making it back into the playoffs last season. Ultimately, though, Greg, they faltered in the second half of the year.
Yeah, it was a 3-team race. And after coming up short in 14, the Suns had the edge early. As you said, Kevin, they simply couldn't keep things. Going in the second half of the season.
He's certainly been hitting well from the line, and those points do add up.
Napier kicks to Smith. They set the pick. Oladipo goes in. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
You know, guys, the Suns went from the 8th seed to finishing 10th in the West. I mean, it would have been a tough task for them to stay in the race, particularly after all the trades. I mean, their team was in transition.
Here's Bledsoe after the made shot from Victor Oladipo. Bledsoe kicks to Clarkson. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Clarkson's got 5 now.
Well, I like the way they're sharing the ball, and Bledsoe right in the middle of spreading it around.
And when you shake up a roster, as the Suns did last year, it's hard to keep pace. They ended 6 games back of that final playoff spot, but that all happened after they decided to shake things up.
Covington's shot is off. Orlando leading by 3. Here's Smith. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It goes on Eric Bledsoe. Well, the Magic knew that last season would be one, Greg, for development. A young team like they had needs to grow before they can really compete.
And you touched upon it, Kevin. They really were a young team last season. Third youngest team in the league by the end of the year. How about an average age of just over 24 years old?
Now here's Knight. 5 points in the game. Covington with the bucket.
Brandon Knight certainly can pass the orange.
Orlando's gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. Smith dishes to Vucevic. Len grabs the board.
And you talk about that low age number for the Magic. You mentioned it a moment ago, and they had several rookies last season. That's why they were so young. It was as good a year as any to get their feet wet and see what those young guys could do.
Now, here's Clarkson. After the miss from Vucevic. Teletovic misses. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. And the shot is good. Harris has got the lead up to 5 now for Orlando.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
And the Magic, while their youth did grow over the course of the season, they still struggle. And they do need a veteran presence to kind of ensure that they don't start developing that culture of losing in the franchise.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And just a solid start to the season for Teletovic last year. I mean, unfortunately, it came to a close prematurely as he was battling blood clots.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Vucevic. Fry comes in for Jason Smith. Evan Fournier's checked in for Harris. And it's Watson in for Oladipo. Here is Watson. 7 points in the game. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Watson's got 9 points. Now for Teletovic, he got the clots in early December. And Clark, fortunately, he made a full recovery.
Yeah, good to see him back. You know, Bosch's blood clot battle was more publicized due to his stardom, but Teletovic went through the same thing. It's a real threat to an athlete, and hopefully it's well behind him and he doesn't have to run that race anymore.
And so here's Orlando. The Suns getting the bucket. And Fournier kicks to Fry. Here's Watson. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Suns have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Here's Clarkson. Another three. For Phoenix.
This defense is giving their shooters free rein to operate from behind the arc.
And when you allow shooters to get in a rhythm, then you're going to have problems because they can hit it even when you start to defend it with intensity.
Here's Fournier. Phoenix able to drain the three. Dedmon kicks to Watson. 6 to shoot. And it's Napier missing.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Covington in the corner. Wide open. That's his 4th miss. He's made 5 of 9. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Napier. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Magic.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Now, here's Clarkson. He's got 8. Inside. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Boy, oh boy, to be young again. My, oh my. Got me thinking back to my days.
Oh, yeah, right. It does make you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Well, speak for yourself, because I could never throw it down like that. But I will say, it sure looks fun, doesn't it?
And here's Fry for 3. That's good. And the assist goes to Watson. Watson's got 3 assists tonight. Suns trail by 3. Outside Knight. Here's the screen. Here's Clarkson. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now, here's Watson. He's got 9. Shot clock at 6. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Watson's got 4 points in the quarter. Now here's Knight. He's covered by Watson. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And guys, Brandon Knight really fits the mold of the new breed of NBA combo guard. He has the length and quickness to guard 1s and 2s. And his skill set allows him to generate offense both in transition as well as the half court.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Len. Morris comes in for Mirza Teletovic. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Jordan Clarkson. The shot's good from Fournier. Greg was talking about Brandon Knight. He'd really improve his shooting percentages before the midseason trade last year, and that was one of the bigger weaknesses, Clark, earlier in his career.
Yeah, not only was the shot going down more, it looked better. It was better mechanically, but now to take the next step, he has to cut down the turnover.
Finished off the break. Knight's got his third bucket of the night.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
Here's Dedmon. Watson, the pass to Gordon. There's the pick. Dishes to Fournier. Watson, that's for two. Tyson Chandler grabs the board. Chandler's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Bledsoe with 20 points for him. That's good. Now just a 1-point Magic lead.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Here's Dedmon. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse. Dedmon's got 6.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists. You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Here's Fournier. He's guarded by Knight. And Fournier kicks to Fry. The feed to Watson. Shot by Gordon, wide open. It's good, and Watson picking up the assist. Watson's got 4 assists in the game. The third quarter comes to a close. Magic lead by 6. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Magic leading by 6. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Booker. Then it's Robert Covington. Then there's Mirza Teletovic. And it's Len in at the 5, down low. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Payton outside. Passes it to Vucevic. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Len. Markieff Morris comes in for Mirza Teletovic. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And Knight subbed in for Booker. Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Eric Bledsoe's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. Bledsoe kicks to Morris. Outside for Bledsoe. Chandler with the screen on Payton. Bledsoe dishes to Chandler. Here's Tucker. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Hey, you know what? He's got a new BFF. It's the triple.
And it has been his BFF today anyway. Most of his points have been courtesy of the deep ball.
Now here's Oladipo. Fires from deep. Eric Bledsoe with the rebound. The Suns trailing. To tie it up. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for your Suns, Eric Bledsoe.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up.
And guys, with the Suns last year, it wasn't a full return to that 7 seconds or less era, but it was pretty close. And the Suns were right at the top in terms of pace of play.
Now here's Gordon. There's the pick. He dishes it to Oladipo. Here's Harris. And just miss after miss right now. The Suns shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Payton against Bledsoe. Morris a screen. Bledsoe passes to Tucker. Phoenix no good that time either. Orlando's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And Oladipo kicks to Gordon. Bledsoe with the defensive effort. And it's Phoenix's ball. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. Knight's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Now, here's Vucevic. The jump hook. That one a little long.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Inside. Chandler's shot. Good. Now it's a 4-point Phoenix lead.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside. Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game, and that was something special.
And really, in a game, you guys, in a game like this, though, when you have a chance to send a message, you do. And boy, did he ever on that play.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. The offensive rebound. Here's Vucevic. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Looking at the numbers for Vucevic, 8 rebounds and a pair of blocks to go along with those.
And he's been standing tall when they've needed it. And on the bench for the Suns is Jeff Hornacek, probably one of the tougher coaches in the league. He'll bend your ear if you make mental errors.
And for Coach Hornacek, Greg, you learned from one of the toughest coaches as a player. Several trips to the finals. And you know this guy well, Clark. Jerry Sloan was the guy that molded Jeff Hornacek.
One of the outstanding coaches in the history of the NBA, Jerry Sloan. Although Hornacek saw all that success in Utah, this is a homecoming job for him because he started his career in Phoenix.
And sometimes it feels like Brandon Knight is the Rodney Dangerfield of the NBA. The poor guy just doesn't get much respect.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. Through the end of last season, he'd already been on 3 teams in 5 years. On one hand, it may be disrespectful, but teams recognize his ability, too. I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively.
Count the bucket.
And on the topic of Brandon Knight, you have to wonder why he's been traded around so much. I mean, it wasn't due to a slow start because he made the All-NBA rookie first team. He's smart, has a strong work ethic, proved himself to be a clutch shooter in college, the kind of guy you normally wouldn't think about dealing for someone else.
That's in, and the Suns' lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Oladipo.
I mean, no one really near him, but still, he's able to knock down the off-balance shot.
And here's Bledsoe. At the elbow, Chandler. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
You know, talking about Brandon Knight, part of the reason he's been traded so often is because teams are offering great prospects in return. Detroit dealt him for Brandon Jennings, and Milwaukee dealt him for Michael Carter-Williams.
Here's the Suns with the ball. They're on an 18-7 run. Bledsoe against Payton. Bledsoe dishes to Chandler. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that. Rim.
The Magic trail by 5. Payton outside. Gordon with the screen for Oladipo. He feeds it to Harris. All sorts of time. They get it again. Pass to Vucevic. It's Oladipo on the wing. He's guarded by Knight. Here's Vucevic. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. Vucevic has got 9 points now in just the second half. Phoenix leading by 3. Bledsoe passes to Chandler. And now Orlando on the break. That's good from Harris on the assist by Payton. Payton's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. And the Suns call time.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Jeff Hornacek had to say to his team. He told them, this is it, fellas. Let's hit them right out of this timeout. Put some pressure on them. Show them how much you want it. Let's go get it. Guys, he's really exhorting them to give them a burst of energy.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
The pass to Vucevic. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. 17 points for Vucevic.
Well, I like the way he's turned the heat up here in the fourth. I mean, that makes him an 80% shooter so far in the quarter.
Feeds it to Teletovic. Off target with his 3. And now, here comes Gordon leading the break. Payton left side. The dish to Oladipo. On the wing, Harris. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mirza Teletovic. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Substitution on the court.
And Oladipo kicks to Payton. The drive by Vucevic. And he banks in the layup. And now it's a 3-point Magic lead.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Bledsoe dishes to Morris. Pass to Tucker. No good, unable to end this run.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Harris passes to Payton. Oladipo right side. Morris against Gordon. On the wing, Harris. Here's Payton right through the D for the layup. And the Magic lead by 5.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Bledsoe kicks to Chandler. Knight wide open. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Knight's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half, but since the break, he's been on target.
Kicks it to Gordon. Harris inside, guarded by Tucker. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor with their offense in the paint because that has not been up to par.
Phoenix calls timeout.
Way too many shots in close, and he's got to get his guys to cut that down in terms of points in the paint.
Clearly the reason for the timeout, Greg. I mean, he wants his guys to toughen up inside and start protecting the rim.
Lenz checked in for Phoenix. Booker comes in for Brandon Knight. And it's Bledsoe off the drive, and it's good.
Well, they're trailing here, but you got to admire how hard they're playing. I mean, that kind of effort is a winning effort. They're working the ball inside and trying to do what they can to get back in it.
Orlando leading. Now here's Payton. Oladipo outside. Gordon with the screen for Oladipo. Just 5 on the clock. Out to Payton. He tries for 3. Phoenix grabs the miss. Lenz got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And the dunk to finish it off. Ah, beauty.
Hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
it's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Eric Bledsoe really made... making a difference here.
They need to make some adjustments because he's absolutely scorching.
Vucevic dishes to Payton. Back to Vucevic. Tries from 10, and that one hits back iron. What an opportunity here.
Boy, a chance to take the lead. Huge right here.
We've got 1:55 left in the 4th quarter. Bledsoe passes to Booker. 6 to shoot. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Here's Oladipo, and it's sent back by Morris. They recover it, and he gets the bucket. There's a minute 34 left in the 4th quarter. And the Suns call time. They're down by 2. 1:31 left to play here in the 4th. Phoenix making some changes. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Alex Len. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Markieff Morris. And Knight subbed in for Booker. Bledsoe outside. Chandler a screen. Bledsoe with it. Now guarded by Vucevic. Here's Teletovic. They get the rebound. Here's Chandler. Vucevic with the block. Chandler with the steal. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Gets the first, that narrows the gap to 1. And Eric Bledsoe drops them both.
Tremendous job at the line as usual. You can... Always bank on him. in those situations.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And now, your Suns dancers.
.104 left to play here in the fourth. Payton kicks to Vucevic. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. It's on Tyson Chandler.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
And so he drops them both. It's a two-point ball game.
Extreme confidence at the line. That's how you win close ones.
Phoenix has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Payton against Bledsoe. Chandler with the screen on Payton. They double-team Bledsoe. Shot clock at 5. Yes!
Boy, what a pressure bucket that was.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
Dishes it to Vucevic. Back to Payton. Orlando moving the ball around. Bledsoe comes over to help. Oladipo against Knight. Shoots from the elbow. Oh, missed it. Bledsoe kicks to Chandler. Yes!
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're losing by 2. 1 second left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
With under 2 seconds remaining, you've got to hurry it up. Get the ball up quickly and take one dribble and get it to the rim.
Here's Payton, and it's over. It came down to this one play, and the defense held its ground. What a play! And so it's Phoenix who scraped by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to end, but these fans loved it.
And a chance now to send your...
Well, Brandon...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Eric Bledsoe. Let's go to Shaq. What can you say about his performance?
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.